What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be going through 5 tips for weight loss. Now if you are looking to lose weight and you're struggling on how to lose weight, then hopefully this will benefit you. I'm going to put a disclaimer out there straight away. This will not be easy. Okay, so there'll be times where you feel like crap, there'll be times where you're perhaps hungry, and there'll be times where you perhaps look in the mirror and feel that you're not making any progress. This is absolutely normal. Fat loss progress isn't a quick fix, so if you're looking for a quick fix, this isn't the video for you. Let me just tell you that all these 4-week transformations that you see on the internet, from clinically obese person to a ripped six-pack, that in 4 weeks, that is not true. So let me start off by giving you a bit of a reality check and just letting you know that this isn't what you should be expecting, because this isn't a realistic way of losing fat. Let's start off with point number 1, okay? So point number 1 is to track your calories. Okay, so I know that this is a bit of a contradictory subject for a lot of people. There are a lot of fitness influencers out there that are just like, oh, don't track your food, just live free, be happy, love yourself. Yeah, that's great, but the reason why you want to lose weight is because you're unhappy with a specific reason, right? So you want to be able to lose weight for whatever reason, whether it's an event, a holiday, for your own health, feeling better, looking better. That's down to you, but your main goal is to lose weight. Okay, so I would recommend that you first start tracking what you're eating, and I would suggest that you start tracking before you actually delve into any sort of calorie deficit. Okay, this is really important because you need to really know where you're at within your calorie intake, right? So if you do tracking for a couple of weeks, then you should see where your calorie intake is, and then you can subtract 300 calories and then start tracking from there and progressing your fat loss. My argument for people that say, for example, that you shouldn't track your calories, my argument is, if you want to know exactly how much money you have in your bank, you're going to be checking your bank, you're going to be tracking. If you want to make sure you stay within your spending limits, you're going to be tracking what you're spending. Okay, so if you want to have money at the end of the month, you're going to be tracking what you're spending at your bank. So pretty much the same with your calories, right? So if you want to be in a calorie deficit, you need to be tracking, because let's face it, most of us under-report the amount of calories that we eat, and we over-report the amount of calories that we actually spend exercising or whatever. We rely on these quite a lot, and although these are great, they're not 100% accurate, so there should be an indication, and they shouldn't be taken to the exact letter or the exact number. Okay, I think that tracking is something that everybody should do at some point. So I mean, everybody that's looking to lose weight, unless you're very good estimating your calorie intake versus your calorie expenditure, I would definitely recommend tracking. I'm not saying you should track forever. I'm not saying this is, you are now tracking for life and you have to be stuck to MyFitnessPal all day, every day. Doesn't have to be like that. I just want you to track a couple of weeks before you start your calorie deficit, and then throughout your calorie deficit, which may last 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, depending on where your starting point is and what your goal is, okay? Very important is to keep track so that you know you are making progress. Point number 2, make smart swaps. So smart swaps, this is going to help you reduce the calorie intake without noticing too much of a difference within your diet, providing that your diet is relatively healthy, okay? I normally like to take the 80-20 approach, so 80% whole foods, non-processed foods, and then 20% perhaps treats. I don't have a treat every day. I don't have a set specific day to have a treat. I just have a treat whenever I feel like it. So if I want a bit of chocolate, I just go and eat a bit of chocolate. So that's not the end of the world for me, okay? So smart swaps, what I mean by that is, if you really like bread, you like making your French toast, shout out to Greg Doucette for that. Love French toast. So what I normally do is, instead of using normal regular bread, which has between 90 and 110 calories per slice, I go and buy Danish bread. So the Danish bread normally has between 50 and 60. So that's a great saving there. So you can have 3 slices and still be under the calorie value that you would for 2 regular slices of bread. So that's a win. You can actually have more food with less calories, okay? So the key is to make the smart swaps and choose low calorie dense food, which means that it's low calorie value but voluminous food. Another smart swap that I like to do is, I love pizza. I used to normally go to the deli counter and get a pizza, and this is probably between 1300 to probably 1700 calories depending on what pizza you pick and what size. It all depends, there's loads of variables for that. So I now get a lower calorie pizza, which is available in my supermarkets. I usually get mine from Aldi, which is just over 600 calories for a whole pizza. And to be honest, that's pretty good. It's a margherita pizza, then you can just add your own toppings. You can add a bit of chicken, you can add some bacon, anything like that, and you still have the great taste of pizza, and you're still eating what you are wanting to eat, but you are saving probably 800 to 1000 calories. That's amazing. You can fit that into your diet. So that's what I'm talking about when I refer to smart swaps, okay? Find alternatives that are less calorie dense. Moving on to point number 3, move more, increase your NEAT. So NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So this is essentially anything from walking to fidgeting to talking to anything that requires energy which is not associated to exercise, okay? So what are the things you can do? Okay, so you're at work, you probably sit behind a desk all day, or you're driving, or you have a very sedentary job. What you need to do is, if your building or if your office has escalators or lifts, take the stairs. Just, that's going to be, although it's going to be like a small change, but it's all going to contribute to that increase in NEAT, okay? Go up and down the stairs in your building, say 6 times a day. If you take the stairs and you're, for example, on the 2nd floor, let's just say, you're going to be burning an extra, I don't know, 100 calories a day. That's great. That means that you don't have to cut back on your calories because you are increasing your expenditure, okay? My advice would be to increase your daily activity, and that way you will still be able to eat the same calories, but you will be burning more calories. So that's going to obviously contribute to your calorie deficit in a positive way. Move more, definitely recommended. Use your breaks to go for walks, use your lunches to go for walks, definitely take the stairs, just small things like that, okay? Also, you might want to set yourself a reminder every hour to stand up and go for a drink of water, which is also important. So obviously you guys know that you should drink a lot of water. So little things like that will make a difference because it will increase your movement. Number 4 is, don't exclude any food groups as such, okay? So you don't want to be branding foods as bad or good or healthy, or this has X points and this has X sins. That's not really the way to look at food. This is what then generates issues with your food, and complications down the line where you start classifying foods and demonizing certain foods. No, I think that as long as you make the smart swaps, you can definitely include pretty much everything in your diet, okay, within moderation. And I think that's very important for not only enjoyment but adherence, okay? You don't want to, let's put it this way, you could lose a lot of weight quite quickly on chicken, broccoli and rice diet, eating that 5 times a day, as long as you're in a calorie deficit. But how enjoyable would that be? You'd probably do that for a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then you'd be like, okay, this is crap, I want a burger, or I want a pizza, or I want ice cream. So I think that by making those smart swaps, you're still able to include all of the foods that you like within your diet, make it sustainable, make it enjoyable, and therefore your whole progress and your whole process of weight loss doesn't become something that you should be fearing. It should be something that you enjoy, and then you get to your goal as a reward for your hard work. But all of this it's all about working smarter, not harder. You could really go on an absolute crap calorie deficit and be on like 1300 calories for the sake of losing the weight, but one, you're probably going to regain it anyway, and 2, you're not going to enjoy it, and also 3, you're gonna pretty much feel like crap. So definitely don't exclude any food groups. Thinking about that, it brings me on to, I recently watched a video by Jordan Syatt on YouTube, where he actually did a challenge where he ate a Big Mac every day for a whole month, okay? So he would go into McDonald's every day, get a Big Mac. His aim was to lose weight while still having a Big Mac every single day of the month. So he had a Big Mac every day of the month, and guess what? He still lost weight. He even had one of his friends' wedding where he went off track and maybe binged, had a bit more food, had a bit more drink with his friends, and he still made progress. What does that tell you? That tells you that you can still include foods that you love within your day-to-day diet. I'm not promoting that you should have McDonald's every day, and neither was Jordan, by the way, just getting this out there. He was not promoting that you should have McDonald's every day, but it's an example, it's an extreme example that you can fit all of the foods that you like into your diet. And now this brings me on to point number 5, reduce your alcohol intake. This can be the absolute make or break in your diet. I've just mentioned that you shouldn't exclude anything. I'm still not saying that you should exclude it, but you should definitely cut down on alcohol. If you're having a drink of alcohol every day, it's probably not going to be wise. It's going to hinder your progress. I think that you should probably look at taking that back. Having a couple of drinks a week is, I think, acceptable, and you will still see progress, but just make sure that you are not overdoing it on the alcohol, because this will literally destroy your progress. Alcohol has 7 calories per gram, and these are actual just empty calories. There's absolutely nothing, it provides no nutritional value whatsoever. Protein, carbs and fats, great. They all provide a nutritional value to your diet, but alcohol, unfortunately, isn't one of them. So definitely peg back on your alcohol to see more improvements in your physique. They are the 5 tips for weight loss today. I really hope that these 5 tips help you in your journey to losing body fat, feeling better, performing better, and most importantly, being happy with your body. I sincerely hope that you've liked this video. If you have done so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, pop my name on there, and I'll see you next time. Peace.